whispering in the trees. It's to say
The Nonpartisan Legislative Service Agency projects the drug test pilot program could cost Indiana up to $1.1 million to implement and administer in the first year. State Rep. Judd, that ain't Jed, that's Judd McMillan, Republican out of Brooksville, said the long-term savings will justify the upfront cost. I agree. Also, Judd is the sponsor of the program. Now, see, this is why I don't want to go to MX now. I'd really like to get some opinion on this to see if there's anyone out there that doesn't think this is a good idea. Let's go to Crown Point.
Hey, I totally agree with you. Any free handouts, there should be a requirement. Social Security handouts, food stamp, anything should be required. If you're using that money for other than what it's supposed to be used for, then yes, I totally agree with it.
Are you down with that?
Totally agree with it. I'm down with it. Totally agree.
Make them pay. Drug test them all. I couldn't agree. You know what? This is the greatest idea maybe ever stolen from me outside of the Preacher Lake at Wicker Park. Let's try Dave from Highland.
Hey, I just want to chime in real quick on your template for drug testing people that get welfare and all that stuff.
Yo.
What are you using as an example? I hope you're not using Florida.
I didn't use an example. This is a legislation that has just been introduced here in the state of Indiana.
Florida did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all the people they checked that were on welfare, that had food stamps, even WIC cards, they spent $15 million on drug tests.
Mm-hmm.
They caught 7 people.
Well, they're just not trying hard enough, and obviously.
Oh, come on! They tested every single person. It didn't work.
You put that program. Now they're looking for 3. They're going to name 3 counties. Right now they are unnamed. Put that thing in Lake County, and I guarantee you, I personally could eyeball 7 people in one afternoon. I'll eyeball them
Lake
for
County
you.
is going to be one of them. But yeah, if it was successful, fine. But I'm not one for. Now this is the whole expansion of government that conservatives don't want to do.
Where Gloria awaits us.
Hey, preacher.
Gloria, what's wrong with your phone?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Well, can you hear me?
Barely.
Is it that bad?
No, it's better than it was this morning. And by the way, you were on the right track this morning, but I kept waiting for you to tell Deedlow, don't forget to give the preacher a little credit.
Well, see, I can't be impartial.
Why not?
You know what I mean? And see, what people don't know, even if you don't know how to run a business, you get the people around you that do. So when they get ready to get these Emmys, that's what I was trying to say, and be nice. Bring up your crew.
And you were very nice, though I think you put Jed on a little bit of a hot spot this morning. But you know, if that's the way you feel, then good for you.
This is the way I roll. You know, I could care less if nobody comes to my funeral. This is the way I feel. Treat me nice, not cuss me out. Don't speak to me, but don't come there crying.
I'm coming to your funeral, and I'm bringing food.
I'll be cremated, so I don't need that.
Well, even better yet, then we'll roast something on you. When the mayor came on, and his supporters, apparently, over in, is it the 4th District, where the barricades were built? McDermott was pro-barricade. They had some type of vote. I don't know where it took place or how it was done officially, unofficially. I understand now that Peter Kadick was involved in this. This must be his neighborhood. I don't know. I've never been to Pete's house, but I do know Pete. I like Pete. Pete's a nice guy. At least he still talks to me. And they had some type of vote. And the pro-barricade in the neighborhood, and I don't live in this neighborhood, don't have a dog in the fight. Go ahead, do whatever you do. We have a barricade in our neighborhood that I believe Frank Mervan, the dad, put up back in the 60s or the 70s. It's still there, and I support that one. I really do. If you don't know where that is, it's right under the Klein Avenue Viaduct that would allow traffic from Gary, Indiana to enter Hammond on 165th Street. And I hope that the mayor never, ever takes that down. In fact, build it higher. Number is that? I'll help you. Is that the true mayor of Hammond on the phone? If it is, we're going to go right to him. I'll finish my thought after that. Is this Mayor Tom?
Hey, what's going on, preacher?
Hello, Mayor. Thank you so much for calling.
I figure, you know what? May as well just call in. I'm sitting here in City Hall, so.
I hope I didn't get the numbers wrong, and I hope.
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. I got to report back because the due date was Friday.
Right.
And I came in today saying I want the numbers because, you know, I want to know what the heck's going on. And I was shocked. I'll be honest with you.
And you were pro, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm
amazed. You know what was really the worst part for me was the lack of participation. I mean, we sent out 500 ballots.
Right.
The boundaries that we sent it out to is between Harrison and Calumet, from 173rd all the way down to the Sound Wall.
Right.
Okay?
Let me ask you, how many people, if you know, in ballpark?
I know
people,
ballpark, okay?
How many
I
people,
want to make that clear. This is all ballpark.
How many people normally would you imagine vote in that district?
I mean, if you're looking at a municipal race, it'd be like 30%.
Okay.
40% maybe.
Does that correlate into 500 or so?
But what happens in a situation like this, you know, it's close to home when you're talking about traffic patterns that people have been using for their entire life. You know?
Right, and the traffic and the convenience wasn't your issue. I'm well aware of that.
I'm amazed about this whole thing. I'll be honest with you.
It was the crime. Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? It was that you were trying to get a handle on what you felt was a crime situation in order to get that under control.
That's
somehow.
part of it for sure.
All right.
And the other part is when you see problems in your community, and the problem in this neighborhood is people use it as a shortcut, and that brings crime along with it, because when you have more traffic, there's more opportunities. I'll be honest with you, preacher. We showed the neighborhood at the last meeting we had, the hot meeting. We had Brian Miller there. We had stats that showed them that we compared them to previous years, and we said these things have been up for 3 months, and it's already made a difference in your neighborhood. Obviously, it's made a difference with traffic, but it's already made a difference in the number of break-ins and things of that nature, right? And I'm thinking I'm scoring points here. And it's still, I got people that say, you know what, it takes me 2 minutes longer to get to 8094, or I feel like you're trapping us in, Mayor, or I live on 173rd and I got a lot of extra traffic. And then you start having to deal with a whole bunch of issues. And I needed the support of the neighbors. I did. And we gave them an opportunity to respond, and they didn't even bother to send a stupid survey back in.